After Jovanovic, you were so happy with yourself. And then there were so many more words you had to do.
That play's name is longer than that baby's life.
Warning. The following podcast contains extreme language and themes and is not suitable for all audiences.
Hello and welcome to Dead Men Talking with me, Rob Mulholland, him a big fat cunt. We've got a little not gay Tom.
Hello.
And you may see in the corner the shoulder of someone who you're not meant to notice. That's Madison who's running the sound. We've got someone competent in because you may have noticed over the last few weeks that every single episode was fucked.
Yeah.
Completely fucked by a little stupid gnome who had one job.
So we have to bring in external help.
Yeah.
You will also notice that Madison does not have a microphone. That's because she's incredibly racist and
Very, very
cannot
racist.
be trusted.
We just can't let her start spouting her theories.
And if there are already men that are watching on YouTube and I've already started cracking one off over Madison, she is 11 years old.
Yeah, she's an 11-year-old racist.
She's an 11-year-old racist girl
Who's cleverer than me.
Who's much more competent than Tom. Essentially,
we've had to bring in an 11-year-old
racist to fix it. Basically, what happened was we need a woman to run it because we can't do it, but we're not going to let her talk. So we're just like, there is a woman in the studio, but don't worry, you won't be hearing from her.
Yeah. We actually had an extra mic set up, but I purposely burnt it.
Yeah, Freddy came in and just kicked it out of a window. It's just like, no, none of that.
It was so tough to find an 11-year-old racist as well, wasn't it?
It was.
We said it's high and low, but we did
Most
get
of them
one.
are pretty tolerant nowadays, like most of the 11-year-olds.
I reckon if you go somewhere around Leeds, there's going to be a few.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's kicking off in Leeds at the moment, isn't
It is like it was. I had just done Line of Speed when someone showed me a video of riots in Leeds, and I got very excited the other night.
Did you see the riots in Leeds?
I saw bits of it, yeah. I saw there was a police car upside
It was
down.
in Hare Hills. Like I think some kids got like nicked for some bullshit.
No, it was like some Roma gypsy children
Right.
got taken off.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Right. I'm sure Madison has plenty of reasons. I don't really know what it was, but I did. I always like seeing a cop car on fire. It's always fun.
It was 15 minutes away from where I was gigging that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was part of
Could
it.
have doubled it.
I was part of the action.
Yeah.
I got introduced that night as Paul Smith's friend.
You're not friends.
Yeah, I bet Paul would be gutted about that. Like, don't tarnish my reputation with this shit.
Yeah. Acquaintance. Tops.
Yeah, that is fucking low when we're now getting just named by people we know.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing sunglasses because I forgot my glasses before you start commenting. Oh, is Rob Stevie Wonder? Is he gone blind? No,
Gay Charles.
That was actually really good. That was annoying. Stevie Bumder.
Stevie Wonder where my dad is. I'm back, baby.
Is he over here?
Is he over there? Do you wonder where my dad is? Oh, that's it.
Fuck, that's
it.
too good.
That's it. We're 5 minutes in and it's peak.
It's not getting any better, guys. No, I went to a festival this weekend. I did my annual load of drugs that I do, and I'm currently fucking struggling.
Which festival was it?
It's Pete Herder, the best festival on the fucking planet. Shout out to the Dead Men fans I met there. I only met a few of them. It was dead nice. I met one. My favourite was a lad I met on, I think, Friday night, right, when I was off my bollocks, right? I'd just seen Orbital, who were fucking incredible, right? I was a couple of pills deep, like fucking flying. I met this lad outside the urinals, and he was bollocks, and he just goes, oh my God, I can't believe I've seen you. I was like, mate, it's great to meet you. Really need a piss. I'll be back in a second. Went for a piss. He came into the urinal next to me and asked me for ket. I was like, then he took a selfie with me outside these urinals, and somewhere there is a selfie of me with this lad where my jaw is in a different fucking postcode. I was like doing a photo like, with him.
Oh,
It was dead
bless
nice.
him.
It was really sweet. The comedy was fucking sick this year, actually. It was a really fun show. They moved it into the working men's club they've got there, and it was dope.
That sounds nice.
Mate, the whole festival was amazing. They sort of shrunk it a bit because, like, festivals are really expensive to run. Who knew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ours, despite selling out, is hemorrhaging money.
We are fucking bleeding out. But, like, so they did, like, loads of really smart stuff and they made it a bit smaller. But I've just had the best fucking weekend, man. Like, although I did meet possibly the worst person I've ever met in my life during this weekend.
I wasn't invited.
No, you went, all right, second worst
Go on.
person. So Thursday night we get there, right? It's like a nice chill night on the Thursday normally, like, 'cause it's not really got going yet. Like, there is a bit of music, but it's sort of like we just sort of turn up and chill out and then we go for a rave the next day.
Yes.
So we're sat around the campsite, old friends, catching up. I've had a massive mushroom trip in the day. I'm feeling great. We're all having a lovely time.
As we do.
As we do. I really overshot it on some shrooms.
Yeah.
I was like, 3 grams of these will be fine. And I went to another universe. Lovely day. But like, I'd come down from that. We're all having a lovely time. And like, this like random people have been coming and sort of like chatting all day. And it'd been all right. But like, I just like chatting with my old mates, you know. I don't want to like have to make loads of new friends.
Yeah.
Can't be asked, right? And like, we've done it a few times, right? And towards the end of the night, this lass with like, she had these braids in looking like a UFC fight, and loads of fillers in her face.
Okay, you lost me at braids. I already hate her.
Yeah, oh mate, like she was the worst, right?
Yeah, we're talking like the old Harrison type braids.
Yeah. Well, just the 2 big ones that
Cornrows.
UFC fighters have. Yeah,
All right,
but, like,
yeah.
and big lip fillers. She wanders over, fucking Billy Bollocks, right? She's out of her tree. She doesn't know what's going on. She points at the flag that we've got at our campsite, and she goes, "Well, fuck's that?" We're like,
Well, it's a Palestine flag.
now get back to your synagogue. Like, no, it's just a black and white, relatively trippy flag we have so we can find our camp in the campsite, right? Like,
Yeah.
she's like, is it an angel? We go, no, it's just a flag. And she's like, it's an angel. We're like, it's a flag. And she's like, why are you saying it like that? We're like, we're not just saying it's a flag. Come around and have a look. You can see it's a flag. She comes around, she goes, oh, it looks different from this side. It's an angel. She's just rambling bollocks, right?
Yep.
And then she starts like asking people a question with a really aggressive tone and getting annoyed if someone doesn't give her enough attention.
And
she's sort of being
hate
like-
those people
She's
so much.
So annoying.
Yeah.
She's just being like, what's wrong with you? Like, you know, like sort of kicking Aggie vibe already, right?
Because she wants a fight for attention.
Yep. After about 10 minutes of this, we were like my mate Danny's like, Danny Sutcliffe, fucking legend, right?
Yeah.
He's like, look, where's your...
You've got to do the impression.
Look, where's your tent, right? Let's get you back. Let's get you back to your tent. We'll find out where your friends are, love, right? Where are you going?
It's not a bad impression of him.
Yeah,
at
that's
all.
actually what he sounds like,
Yeah.
totally, yeah. So, like, and she's like, you tell me to fucking leave, I'm not leaving, right? And bear in mind, I know where her tent is. It's 3 tents away. I've seen her go in it earlier, right?
You tell me to leave, I'm not leaving.
I tell you to leave, I'm not leaving, right? I've actually jumped the gun slightly on that, right?
Now she does sound like Israel.
Yeah. So we imposed sanctions.
Oh dear! How did we take a festival story and turn it to
instantly.
an analogy into Israel and Palestine?
There's more to come. No, because like, well, actually, I've jumped the gun slightly. She actually, after a little bit of being a bit aggy,
let me guess. She drone bombed a kid.
Yeah, it turned out someone in our camp had been selling her the drone as well. You're not even wrong, because there were people right. This is totally related to this bit of the story, but there were people doing those paraglider things with jetpacks, and we were like, that's a bit insensitive given the news this year. And like Danny grabbed my knife. I had a Stanley knife for like setting camp stuff up. He grabbed it and he started waving it in the sky, shouting, "You can get fucked, Hamas!" And then he started shouting, "Bring back our girls!" And this guy in a fucking paraglider. So funny. Right.
Jesus.
But anyway, so like she'd come over and made a little bit of a scene, but then she'd wandered off eventually. Eventually managed to get her go away, right? And she'd gone like 3 tents over, seen where she'd gone. Now, here's the bit where I fucked up. I said it's slightly too loud. I didn't realise that she was still able to hear from her tent. I went to Danny, and it wasn't even about her, because we'd had like people set up camp in our campsite for hours that we couldn't get rid of.
Yeah.
And like stuff all day. I just went, Danny, please stop inviting strangers into the camp, right? It's getting tiring now, right? We just want to chill.
Yeah.
And she burst back out of our tent. Oh, no fucking strangers, is it? Oh, you don't want any fucking strangers? Well, if you don't want any fucking strangers, I'm not fucking going anywhere. We're like, what?
What? How does that work?
I was like, what? And she goes, you want me to fucking leave, don't you? And I went, yeah. And she's like, well, I'm not fucking gonna then. Well, she starts fucking flipping, right?
What?
She's doing this for
Because you called her a stranger.
because I said I would like to talk to old friends who I haven't seen for a long time.
But something that she quite provably is.
Absolutely is.
Because you go, well, I don't know your name,
Yeah.
and you don't know any of our names.
Her name is Katniss, and she's from Chester, and she's a cunt.
Also, she was saying, I'm not leaving because
You've
said-"
asked me to leave.
But also, she wasn't leaving before that.
Exactly. There was very
she
much a
did-
catch-22 in operation here.
So she did a full fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, Wolf of Wall Street.
I'm not leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
Except the reaction wasn't cheering.
It was just
Everyone was just like, oh. Right, so she stood in the middle of this campsite, and there's like me and like, there's like 5 of my mates still like sat up around this campsite.
Uh-huh.
We're just sat in a little semicircle, and like we all take turns to politely ask her to leave, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's like my mate Dave Stanier, who is the nicest man in the world.
He is the nicest
He is
guy.
the sweetest dude. And he was like, look, you really need to leave now. And she was like, fuck off to him. My mate Ben, who is the calmest man I know, right? I'd already told her to fuck off several times. I've gone, look, fuck off, you being a cunt. Like, you know, I'm not subtle. But like my mate Ben is the calmest man in the world, eventually was like, just fuck off. Just fuck off. And then eventually, Sam Gore called it so well. From his tent, right? He was meant to be sleeping. He just goes, narcissistic personality disorder. She just wants attention. Completely ignore her. And we're like, right. So we just ignored her. So we're like, she's not there, right, was how we treated it.
Okay.
We started having a conversation between us, and we made it as boring as possible. We went work talk. Like,
Oh, Christ. You didn't put on another one podcast, did you?
oh no, it was
joking. I'm joking.
almost as boring as that. I'm joking, obviously, I mate. Like, but no, like Tony Basil, my mate, started talking about like booking gigs, and we were talking about the logistics of like a local gig and all this, just being as dull as we can.
I find that quite interesting,
And just
personally.
totally ignoring her, right? Does not work even a little bit. She's there for 40 minutes. She's trying to get in our faces. She's doing like this. She's like trying to like, she was getting so angry that I wouldn't make eye, because the problem was a couple of people kept cracking, right? And like giving her eye contact, and then that sort of reset it. And I was like, no, nothing. We go for a piss. We come back, she's still there. We start speaking in a fake language. We just started speaking in Simlish for a while. We started just making noises. 45 fucking minutes.
These people are amateurs when it comes to repulsing women.
Somebody FaceTime Freddy.
Because I'd have tried to fuck her. That's what I'd have done.
Someone put on the fat signal.
No, fat man. It's fat man and blobbing.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, eventually, basically, it turned out Danny was fucked, and he had misunderstood the situation, thought she was vulnerable and needed help, and was lost, whereas she was just 3 foot from her tent.
Yeah.
So we went and got security to help her. We thought he was being a grass, because we were like, you know.
Yeah.
But then actually, it was the right call. The security was sound as fuck. They just like gently walked her back to her tent. But she stole my mate's flamingo lamp out the centre of the camp while we were asleep. Like, I said, like, fuck you. But then we could see it glowing through her tent.
Was it flamingo shaped?
It's
The
flamingo
shadow.
shaped, the bright pink flamingo shape through it. So like my mate came.
Oh, there's nothing we can do now. It's in a tent.
Yeah. So literally all we did.
Impenetrable.
So literally all we did the next day was speak to one of our mates and go, excuse me, like, she's nicked our mate's flamingo lamp. And they were like, oh, we're so sorry about her. All our mates were so... This woman's screaming at, she's going, like, why the fuck are you here? I'm friends with a DJ. And I was like, oh, friends with a man who has a CD player. Oh, wow. What an important person you are. How would the festival survive without you being here? Friends with a DJ. Oh, I like, just an absolutely horrible piece of shit.
DJ is, by the way, the least talented thing you can
Least
do.
talented thing could be. Like, to be fair, there are some amazing DJs there, and some DJs are class, but it's still the lowest rung of the entertainment ladder.
Yeah.
You know, and like being friends with them is nothing. Like, DJs have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
But
Only when they become DJs.
yeah, that's
Not
true.
before.
It's like magicians.
Yeah.
But basically, so for the next 3 days, she was camped right next to us, but clearly her mates had been like, what are you doing? Because like all the other camps around us, once she's left, people would come over and go, what the fuck just happened? The camp next to us were like, we were laughing at you guys all night. We were really enjoying your bollocks. And then like we sort of zoned out for a bit. And then there was all this shouting and we were like, they've been really harsh. That's mental. And then it was an hour later and it was still going on. And we were like, oh no, they're absolutely fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, she wouldn't make eye contact with us. I bumped into her at Orbital as well in the crowd. And she was like, so, like, clearly she knows what a fucking cunt
can't
is.
be-
Katniss in Chester, you are a psychopathic mong, and I hope you die,
There can't
you
be-
fucking cunt.
There can't be that many Katnisses in Chester.
No, especially the ones who look like that.
If you just go on Google...
Let's go Google, let's
and
find
Google
her.
Katniss Chester. This
Yeah.
probably isn't a good idea. This is doxing in action, but
I
fuck
don't
it.
give a fuck.
No,
Basically,
it's Katniss with 2 S, mate.
right, what you want to look
How do you know?
Because that's how
Yeah.
you spell Katniss.
Yeah,
I've
what you
never
want to
heard the
look
word
for
before.
is someone whose face looks...
Katniss Everdeen.
Yeah.
Hunger Games.
Yeah.
You've never heard of a Katniss?
No.
She
I
wants-
don't watch Hunger Games. I'm not a
Basically-
12-year-old girl.
Look, let's not actually find her, but like people in Chester will know her because it's a Katniss whose face looks like it's been attacked by wasps. She's an awful person. I do not give a fuck.
Oh.
Like it was one of the most wild attitudes I've ever encountered from anyone. Because it's like we tried everything. We were like, if you're not leaving, sit down and join us then. Grab a drink. If you're gonna say, don't just stand here shouting at us. If you want to join the group, join the group. Wouldn't take that. Wouldn't do anything. She was just wanted a fight. And it's like, look, we're all at a nice party. Your friends are there. Go hang out with them.
Was she tripping or was she just pissed?
I think Coke. It was Coke energy.
Ah, Coke's the worst.
It's just she had that fucking aggy energy, and it's just the wrong vibe. It's like the most peaceful, beautiful festival. I've never had a problem with a single person there. It's normally such good vibes with everyone, and it was for the rest of the weekend. Everyone else is dead friendly, dead nice. Do you need some of this? Hey, we've got extra of this. Do you need it? You know, it's just that from everyone all weekend.
This is why I never really got Coke, because that's
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah, it's the wrong vibe. Coke is really good. It's a little energy boost with other things, but like it shouldn't be your main event drug.
Yeah, people overdo it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Way
yeah,
overdo it.
yeah.
Little bits. But people are doing big fat rails and then getting like, "Bah!" And it's horrible. It's the main problem with modern Britain. We have a booze and coke culture when we could have a weed and pills culture that would be a lot fucking nicer.
I mean, Madison thinks the main problem is immigrants.
I know she does, but that's why she doesn't have a mic, Freddie. Because like, I've heard her fucking theories. Like, I know.
Stop shaking your fist, Madison. Come
I
on.
know, Christ. I know. How many times?
Whoa, she's doing
Whoa.
that thing with a mustache.
Stop shouting, turn back the boats.
Isn't it ironic that we've muted the sound person?
And she's coming to help us, and all we're doing is making her out to be a massive racist.
If you don't want to be made out to be a racist, don't be a racist child. That's what I'd say. Don't they teach you this sort of thing at primary school? But in general, one of the best weekends I've ever had there. I had a fucking amazing time. The organisers are fucking incredible. Like, shout out to everyone who was there. It's the best. If you like a fucking party and you've got a good vibe, go beat Ernie next year. It's fucking amazing.
I do want to go next year.
Come with me next year, mate.
I
You'd
wanted
love
to
it.
go this year, but because it's a weekend before Dead Meat, I was sensible. I was like, I can't do
Yeah,
this.
well,
And
I-
it was a good job because I had lots to do.
Yeah. Well, I was not, and I fucked up everything for
Yeah.
Dead Meat. All of my jobs have been fucked. But yeah, I can't recommend the festival enough. What a fucking time. What are you two been up to?
I was in Dublin.
Oh, yeah. Returning to the scene of the crime.
Returning to the scene of the crime.
Did you stay in the same place?
I was gonna.
Yeah.
And then I got talked out of it.
Yeah.
By several people who went,
Yeah.
"Are you insane?"
Mate, when you told me you were going to stay in the same place, I genuinely was like, no.
I stayed in a hotel.
Yeah,
this
good.
time.
Good.
I'm
The last
also-
place nearly killed you.
I'm also famous amongst Dublin comedians now.
Yeah.
Because they go, "Oh, are you staying in the flat?" And I go, "No, I'm in a hotel." And they go, "Oh, how come?" And I go, because I caught Legionnaires last time, and they all go, "That was you!" Like, honestly, I had that all weekend.
You're
That was
the Legionnaires
You're
guy.
the Legionnaires guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really nice weekend. I flew out on the same day that Microsoft went down. So
Oh, yeah.
so that was fun.
You just fall out the sky.
Mate, it was fucking...
Mate, it goes like the end of Solitaire. There's just loads of planes like
Just as I was crashing, a little paperclip came up and said,
Need help.
"It looks like you're crashing. Do you need help with that?"
Need a parachute.
So I flew with Ryanair, and my flight was at 3:00, and at 2:15, they went, go to gate 17 or whatever. So we all went to gate 17. There was hundreds of people there. There was no staff or anything like that, and it collectively took over 150 people an hour to realise that this wasn't happening. We all just stood there for an hour at a gate with nobody there before somebody checked the board and went, the flight's not on the board. And we all went, oh. So we all left. Oh, mate, I flew out pretty late. It was pretty late by the time I got out there. It's probably about 3-4 hours later. So I literally just had to throw everything in the hotel, did 3 shows, and then I did another show on Saturday, came back Sunday. Lovely time. Really great place.
Nice.
They were really great this weekend.
Were you not uncomfortable? Because I've just found out a little thing about Freddie before we started recording this episode that made me laugh loads.
No.
So basically, what's happened is Freddie's lost a fair bit of weight. Like, I know. Look, if you're new to the podcast, you might be looking at him going, "Him." I know he's still very fat, but he used to be even fatter, right, before the old Legionnaires. So Freddie's lost quite a bit of weight, but it's gone off him in weird places, right? Mainly arse weight you've lost, isn't it?
I've lost arse weight.
You've mainly lost arse. I think 90% of the weight loss has been your bum.
Yeah, I'm the reverse of a black woman.
A white man, yeah, you are. It checks out.
Yeah,
it
and
checks
also,
out. And also able to be in the same room as Madison. So, like, basically, Freddie before, because he still weighs loads, but he's got a bony, thin arse now. Now it hurts his arse when he sits down because all the weight squashes onto his bones.
We've had to give him an extra cushion.
We've had to give him an extra cushion to make up for all the arse he's lost.
So this is
he's still so heavy, but his arse is so weak.
This has been sensationalised.
That is actually what happened.
You had a little stand up before we started recording because your arse hurt.
So listen, right? Sitting down for long periods makes my arse a bit numb, right?
That's not normal.
No, but what you said was sitting down hurts. So the idea that I'd sit down and go, ow, my bony anus. And also, I didn't have any cushion because I don't like cushions.
There's a cushion in the chair. The chair's made of cushion.
No, that's padding. That's different.
Oh, is it? Oh, sorry. I didn't know padding was an entirely different thing to cushion.
That is a cushion, definitely.
That is a cushion. That is a chair cushion. That is the cushion.
But I've got a cushion for that I don't usually have, just for my lower back and anus to stop it,
grinding against the chair because you're so heavy but have such a thin ass.
I'm really horny when we do this pod. Just grind up and down.
Just rubbing yourself like a dog.
Dirty boy.
Oof.
Dirty boy.
Oh, God. I've said some really fun stories.
I've got some great stuff as well. Let's go in yours first.
Have a little sweaty legs. That's the little heading I said for you. So all of these are fun. Which one do you want to go for?
Well, let's go with the first one, racist exam.
Yeah, this is what Madison this is Madison doing a 12 plus.
Tolerant sats failed.
Tolerant sats? What?
They have tolerant sats now, probably, I reckon. Ooh, no.
Tom is surprised by pop-ups literally 100% of the times.
California teacher under fire for racist biology exam that openly mocked students.
This story is fucking insane. And this is why it's probably good in the UK we have a central curriculum.
Okay.
A California high school teacher was placed on administrative leave for creating a test with racist and derogatory content targeting students. Biology teacher Alex Nguyen.
Oh, my God.
No, that's not how you say that.
Try again.
Alex Nguyen?
Try. This was on the test.
This is part of it. This is question one.
That's not a...
It's Gwen.
Yeah.
Gwen?
Yeah.
Why's it gone in at the start?
It's not Gwen, it's Nguyen.
Right.
Well, there you go.
Close enough.
Well, I was close enough then.
No, you
No.
weren't. No, you weren't.
And then when? Nguyen.
Well, why has it got a G then?
What, sorry?
Why
Because
has it
it's
got a G?
foreign.
Yeah, because it's Chinese.
It's not Chinese.
Well,
it's not
around
Chinese
there.
at all.
It's around there.
It's not. It's like,
Vietnamese.
it's like Filipino or
Yeah,
something like that.
there you go. They're only 3 hours away.
Only 3 hours away. Oh, so I might as well be fucking Italian.
Yep. Madison's nodding.
We're all from the same genetic stock, according to her.
Yeah. They all smell the same anyway.
So, biology teacher Alex Prontost distributed offensive exam...
I'll call him that.
Alex Prontost.
You've been sat next to her for 20 minutes and already it's rubbing off.
Prontost is delicious. Why would you want to be associated with that?
It's like calling you Tom Balm cake.
All right.
Tom Bomb. He'd love that. Oh, mister, I'm a Tom Bomb cake now.
But then other people would call me Tom Bap and there'd be a big discussion about it.
it'd be very
Argument about
boring,
it. Yeah. Biology teacher Alex, when's the Chinese getting in? Distributed offensive exam questions to 3 classes before the school's principal intervened and confiscated the tests. The test included racial stereotypes, mocked physical traits, and implied sexual relationships between students, causing outrage among parents and students. Students and parents expressed shock over the test, with one student seeing his grade plummet to a D, impacting his academic and athletic prospects.
So, if we scroll down in the story, they have some of the questions from this. Basically, what he did was...
Oh, I reckon I'd pass.
In order to try and make a fun test, you know those sort of things where it's like Susan has 5 apples and Rajesh has 6 apples. It's one of those sort of questions. But he's put the student into the questions.
Oh, the real student.
The real student he's given the test to. And here we go. There we go. Read that one there.
One particular shocking question read, in high school there are individuals who are cross-eyed, like... and then the name of the student, and another name of the student, which is a dominant trait. We call those individuals weirdos. So if you cross 2 weirdos, the student's named again, there are heterozygous for being cross-eyed. What is the offspring that would result?
Yep.
Wow.
So these are 2 cross-eyed students.
So he's saying if these 2 cross-eyed students who are weird fucked... What sort of weirdo would we get out of it? That isn't all of them as well.
Do you know what's mad? Is obviously because I used to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while, you'll deliver a bad lesson, and you know you've delivered a bad lesson, right? But you never set off with the intention of delivering a bad lesson.
Mm-hmm.
When you're doing it, you're always like, "Oh, they'll love this."
Yeah.
And I can just imagine it be like, "Oh, weirdos.
This will go down well.
They'll love this."
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love the disclaimer he's put on it. He put on a disclaimer on the test. In no way do I promote students being sexually active. Which, if you're writing that at any point as a teacher going, by the way, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's like if you go, hey, by the way, I'm not going to assault you. It's like, no one mentioned that.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Whoa.
I know what you're thinking. You think I'm a paedophile, but I'm not.
Yeah. As soon as you put in the disclaimer in, you fucked it.
If you met somebody for the first time, they went, "Hello, my name is Stuart, and I do not rape babies."
Yeah.
You'd be like,
"Whoa, hey,
hey,
why was that the thing that you specified?"
I think I know something about you, Stuart.
Like we don't employ racist children. We don't do it ever. So read that one at the bottom that says the question read.
The question read, for some reason, the African-American culture has influenced most of the student body. How?
Big asses.
In African Americans, they have a gene for the pimp walk, which is dominant.
No.
Mm-hmm.
What is the result if you cross student name?
Specific black person.
Yeah,
homozygous, whatever.
Dominant Latina with a homozygous recessive
Hmong.
Like
Hmong. It's a racial identity, not a mong.
Whoa! Put your hand down at Madison.
Yeah, Madison's like, what happens if you cross 2 different races? I get furious. That's what happens.
Oh, this joke is great. We need to have her back more, don't we?
I'm very worried that she is in charge of the audio and could just ruin this whole episode.
Yeah, and also it's someone we desperately need to keep working for us.
Oh, mate. She's in charge of it. It's just going to be the N-word over and over again, isn't it?
I feel like this footage one day will not do as well in an employment tribunal. I feel like we may have created a slightly toxic working environment.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So what happened?
It's fucking wild. He's been fighting, obviously.
Has he?
Yeah, fucking, of course he has.
See, I told you, Chinese.
Of course he fucking has. He's just like...
told you, Chinese.
Yeah, he's something like... he sort of said, like, I think something about Mexicans being lazy. He's done, like... all of this shit. It's crazy. Like, look, the one thing he's got in his bank is he's not white. But it still doesn't mean he could have a go at all the other races.
Oh, my God, read this.
Yet another concerning question targeted a pair of students who were previously caught sleeping in class.
Yeah.
Here at the wonderful school of LBHS, we have certain students who love to sleep in class. I can even see students fall asleep during exams. Can you believe that? I don't like it when students sleep in class. It's rude. So wake the fuck up. Well, though, through much
That is
study...
censored in his defence.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what it means.
Yeah. Well, through much study, I've concluded that the gene for falling asleep is dominant. Not only that some students sleep, they snore in class. This, too, is a dominant trait. What are the possible offspring if you cross homozygous sleeping, heterozygous snoring student with the name, with a homozygous, attentive, non-snoring student name, student?
What is he doing?
Wild, isn't it?
What is he doing?
Well, he's fucked his career, is what he's done. It's just like you can't have like racial banter with kids in a school, innit?
No, you can't.
No, what you do is you start a podcast with two other white guys if you want to do that.
I told you about this the time something like this happened to me, didn't I?
In what context?
So I was teaching sort of like comprehension, which is really fucking boring. And it's like you've got to read like non-fiction text. Like
then
news
you ask them
articles.
questions about what happened and they've got to show that they've read it properly.
What they usually have to do is compare and contrast two different articles.
Right.
So the way they try and make it remotely fun is they'll have like a fun magazine thing and then they'll have like a more serious broadsheet thing. It's dull as fuck. Kids fucking hate it.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the fucking cock to teach. So we were doing one about Emmett Till. And this was stuff that I got.
I think you have told me about this, but tell it again.
Stuff that I got given, right? And they didn't know who Emmett Till was, so I had to sort of say that Emmett Till was...
Do you know who Emmett Till is, Tom?
No.
Okay, do you want to guess?
Have a guess. Have a guess.
Have a guess who this man is.
Yeah, have a guess who Emmett Till is.
Don't know. Is he a writer of some kind?
I'll give you a clue. Madison's not a fan.
Doesn't rule out much.
Emmett Till was a young black lad from Chicago in like the fucking 1800s or whatever.
Invented jazz.
And up in Chicago, they had different sort of rules around what black people could and couldn't do rather than the South. They took a trip to like Mississippi or some shit like that. And a white woman claimed that he'd whistled at her and they lynched him like instantly.
Yeah, it's like a real horrific, like, it's one of the real like marker points. Like it was, a George Floyd of the time. It was a real big thing there. Everyone was like in a really particularly egregious case, even in heavily racist times, you know?
Yeah.
Whistling is annoying.
Whistling is annoying. I still don't know if lynching is an appropriate level of response.
How loud is he whistling?
Well. So the thing is apparently
Is he like warbling? I'd lynch people for warbling.
Apparently, he wasn't whistling.
I want you
at
to
all.
know this is nothing to do with your ethnicity. I just found that very annoying.
I just hate whistling. Birds, they're gone.
So anyway, I'm explaining this. I'm explaining Emmett Till to the class, and a lad who was at the front of the class, who was not white, a lad called Tyrese, went, "Oh, so he's a freshie." And I went, "Yeah," thinking, I'll use some cool kid slang. That'll help me, not make this shit boring. So I went, "Yeah, so basically, this freshie, Emmett Till, is freshie this, freshie..." And I use the term freshie about 1,000 times when talking about Emmett Till in order to try and get them interested in the source material. At the end of the lesson, I found out that freshie meant fresh off the boat.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, I don't know what it meant.
I know, that's why you should have fucking asked, you fucking idiot. You should have just gone, "Oh, what's one of them?" That's literally all you could have done. "Oh, I don't know that word. What's that mean?"
No, I just...
Because no one in that class, none of those kids were going, "This guy gets it.
Yeah, this guy's
What a
good.
cool guy."
Also,
And
you're in
maybe
an
I'll be
English class. That'd be a good...
Yeah, learn about the modern language. That's good. Like, evolve how the language is
No,
evolving.
because you don't ask them questions because they can derail 20 minutes. They just fucking yap.
Right, but maybe just don't say words you don't know the meaning of would be a good idea. Yeah. Especially, I would recommend not just running with words that young black men say.
To be honest with you,
I would maybe check up what they mean before you have a pop on them.
he was
Some of them are only for them.
a nice kid and I trusted him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he wasn't nice. I'm saying there is some vocabulary that is purely for him.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that was my story about it, and I
Right.
didn't get sacked.
No, but this cunt did. Really funny that though, isn't it?
Great.
It's just really funny. Like I like the idea of him sat at home going, "This is a good one."
I've got a mix of stuff
Yeah.
to show you.
We've still got more of
I've got a
Rob's
couple
shit,
more.
you've still
yeah,
got
I've got
more.
two more. Like we'll show you these ones. Right, this one's
Oh my god! I think
this one's bleak as fuck.
Last one. I think we've got the same.
The
one.
last one's funny as fuck.
I think we've got the same
Right,
one.
this one's bleak, but the last one's funny as
Okay.
fuck. Right.
Oh, this is bleak. I've only read 3 words. Mother throws newborn daughter out of a window to her death because she thought a child would ruin her career as an executive at Porsche.
How mental's that?
I think being a
Adoption!
child murderer might ruin your reputation as well.
Exactly. Like it's not good for your career to be the woman who defenestrated a child. Just fucking and get it adopted.
Don't. I mean, if you're gonna kill one, don't throw it out of a window.
That also feels like a bad way to do it because that's going to
Yeah.
make a splatter. There's going to be evidence.
Well,
What window did she throw it out as well?
I think if you're a parent and your child falls out of a window to its death, you're to blame in that situation. At least a little bit.
Eric Clapton. His kid fell off a balcony and died.
Really?
Yeah, but he's a bad racist, so, it wasn't the kid's fault. I'm sad the kid died, but I'm glad Eric Clapton's sad, so,
The kid actually did survive and started working in audio.
Yeah, that knock to the head really got some wild opinions in there.
Fuck me.
We really need her. What are we doing?
We're the most self-sabotaging people on the
She's
planet.
also really nice.
To us.
They all are till they get to the ballot box, Tom. You want to read this horrible story, Tom?
A woman has been jailed for 7.5 years after
Feels short, 7.5 years. There was a guy recently who went to jail for 12 years for selling Amazon Fire Sticks. I think 7.5 years for murdering a baby is insane.
I mean, we just stop Euler getting 5.
This is what I mean for gluing themselves to a fucking road. 7.5 for drop kicking a baby off a balcony is a bit more. Come on.
Yeah.
That's got to be that's a life sentence, surely.
Yeah, because I mean, if you'd have killed that child at 7.5, you wouldn't go, "Wow, they'd had a good life." Would you?
That's it. You just ran out the clock,
For
basically.
7.5 years.
You've done the kindest thing there.
Right. Okay.
jail for 7.5 years after dropping her newborn daughter out of a window because she was worried a baby would ruin her career. Now, that's in
Okay.
quotes.
Ruin your driveway.
Katerina Jovanovic, 28, from Laufen am Neckar, Baden-Württemberg State.
That just kept
Germany.
going on, didn't it?
I didn't go anything that goes so long. I just said Germany.
After Jovanovic, you were so happy with yourself as well, and then there were so many more words you had to do. It just...
Can we get an edit point where we just zoom into the panic in his eyes?
That place name is longer than that baby's life.
Oh my god.
Anyway, Katerina Jovanovic from Germany was found guilty of manslaughter.
Whoa, manslaughter.
Yeah.
For throwing a baby out the window.
I think there may be like a diminished responsibility thing because she's mental.
I like the idea that the defence was, I didn't know it was open.
Yeah. Thought it'd bounce.
Oh shit, that window's open. I was just throwing the baby against a window. Like you do.
Judges heard how she'd given birth at home in secret 10 months ago on September 12th and then dropped her baby daughter from her apartment window almost 12 feet onto the tarmac below. 12 feet's not that
It's
high.
enough to do a baby. You can kill a baby with a shake. If you drop it 12 foot, it's going to fucking die.
Wait. This is a newborn.
Newborn. It's a day old.
But no, it's 10 months.
No, she gave 10 months ago, and
right,
then threw it. She gave birth 10 months ago, then threw it out the window.
So she literally,
it's brand new.
She
the baby.
literally gave birth.
Yeah.
And then
in
threw
secret
it out the
home, and then
window.
went. Ugh.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
A similar thing happened to Kim Woodburn.
I said Kim and Aggie.
Yeah. Kim Woodburn gave birth to a dead baby in a park. Or was it dead? Don't know. She gave birth to a baby in a park and left it in a bin.
Right.
She does hate litter.
She probably wiped it down with some vinegar spray first.
The path that she used, though, was lovely afterwards. Spotless. Yeah.
Leave no trace. I would imagine, though.
Why has this baby got a Zaflora wipe on its head?
I think binning a stillbirth is a lot better than killing a baby that is alive.
No, I'm not sure if she killed it or if she just left it. I'm not
She can't have killed the baby.
Yeah,
Kim Woodburn would know about
We'd
that.
know about
sure.
that.
It's in the 60s.
Right, well, let's Google it.
Google it. Kim Woodburn.
I don't think she's going to become a celebrity after
Google
that.
it. Kim Woodburn, dead baby.
Yeah.
That's why everyone hates her.
I think it might have been a stillbirth. Come on, surely. Dead baby. Why I buried my own baby. She buried it.
You can't really sing
She
that,
buried
can
her
you?
stillborn
There
baby.
you go, stillbirth.
Ah, right.
So that is different. Like, it's still like, I think someone who's just had a stillbirth, I'll give them a bit of leeway on doing weird shit for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, they've been through something mental. Like, that might break your fucking brain for a bit.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
she
yeah.
might have, and like, she's buried it. I think she's probably just like, at the moment, being like, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, but
I don't think that's evil. I think that's a sad thing that's happened. That's not the same as volleying it off a fucking balcony, is it?
Yeah, it's very different.
Very different.
I think it's similar.
No, the baby's already dead.
But
I mean, it
but
wasn't a
it's-
badge that killed it.
Yeah. It's both involving dead babies. I mean, as far as
Yeah, sure, it's
stories go-
related. I get how it triggered the memory in your brain, but I don't think they're equivalent.
Yeah,
is what
okay,
I'm saying. Yeah,
okay,
yeah. There is a link there. I'm not having a go at you for
yeah.
being random. I'm
Yeah.
saying that I don't think morally there is an equivalent.
Yeah,
yeah.
they shouldn't be sharing a cell.
Yeah. I like if Kim Woodburn got 7 years for that, I'd be furious.
Cell would be spotless, though.
Horrified passerby found the minutes-old infant's
See,
body with a
minutes-old.
shattered skull underneath Jovanovich's balcony and called the police.
That is fucking rough. Imagine if you just pop out for a
Oh,
walk
can we have a look at her?
and you find a splattered baby.
We can, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, she is quite ugly.
Yeah, she's
Like-
not fit, is she?
No, don't know.
That's the worst thing about this story, isn't it? Why have
have
they
they
blurred her
blurred-
face there?
They blurred her face
They
in
blurred
one
her face
picture.
in court and then just put a picture of her underneath it. What the
Yeah.
fuck is the point of that? You could use a face swap app to make it restored.
Jovanovic admitted to the crime at the beginning of the trial in April, but could not explain the moment to the court.
Yes, I think she was mentally ill.
She also claimed she had not realised she was pregnant, but the prosecution accused her of murder and of deliberately concealing her pregnancy from colleagues and neighbours.
Some people aren't aware. It is very rare, but some people do just like have a baby that they've
Yeah.
not realised they're carrying.
Yeah.
There was a lad in
Sonia on EastEnders,
yeah.
Yeah.
A lad in my primary school was born in a toilet.
right?
Yeah, like
What?
You are from Warrington.
yeah.
A lad in your primary school was
He's now the
born.
mayor of Warrington.
He was born in a toilet.
yeah. He used to live next door to my grandma, and he
I
was.
was born in the toilet, moulded by it.
What fucking train spotting mates have you got?
Yeah.
He crawled across the toilet ceiling.
His mum didn't know she was pregnant. She was really
Yeah.
old. She was like, I think she was like late 40s.
Just shut out a baby.
She basically, she had a baby in the toilet. Yeah.
So, that is potentially possible. And, like, it's quite... Obviously, it's grim as fuck. But what a situation to be in, to be sat on the sofa and just a baby falls out and you go, "Ah!" It would be a shock.
Do you know what? I actually sympathise with it because sometimes when I drop things, I try and kick it.
Yeah. Do you reckon that's what's happened?
I think that's what she's
I want
done.
to see
Catch it on
footage.
a foot.
She's
Yeah.
dropped it, kicked it, it's gone out the window.
If she's caught it on the half volley, I'm willing to overlook it. Like if it's not, if it's bounced, I'm not having
She's
it. But-
Johnny Wilkinsoned it out of the window.
Fucking hell.
Prosecutors told the court that Jovanovic thought being a mother would spoil her career as an executive in Porsche's legal department.
It's great that she's in the legal department. I know she's only doing corporate law, not family law, but she should
Yeah.
be aware that volleying babies is illegal.
It's great that she works for Porsche, I think.
Yeah.
It's just really funny that she works for like a posh car manufacturer.
I know.
Yeah, what a horrible woman.
Yeah.
Public prosecutor said the accused was not prepared to put her life plans, especially her professional advancement, on hold for a child.
Now, I think that is a perfectly reasonable opinion to have before you've given birth to a baby.
Yeah.
If you have that opinion when you find out you're pregnant, have an abortion. That is a totally reasonable thing
But
to do.
also as well, like, I'm not being funny, but you're working fucking legal for Porsche. It's not like...
People have babies and do that.
but
But also, you can have a baby adopted. If you have the baby, you don't need to kill it to not be responsible for it if you can't look after
You're
it.
such a Mulholland.
You could just leave.
But also...
Why don't you know this? You can just walk away. You might be watching or listening to this going, wouldn't this be better if I could also smell the guys who are doing this? So maybe come see us live.
We are doing the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yes.
Rob, you're doing your own show for the whole month. Where are you going to be at?
I'm going to be at the Caves. It's on Cowgate. It's right in the centre. And I'm at 8:55 p.m. every day, apart from one of them. I think it's like a Monday in the middle, but, don't come to that. It's going to be dead good.
I'm doing the second half. I'm doing from the 13th of August onwards.
Part-timer.
I am doing the cask room at the Mash House, again, right in the centre, right next to the Caves,
Yeah.
actually. And mine's at 5:05.
And we're going to try and do some live podcasts as well, so come check us out. Have a look at those in the brochure. We haven't officially confirmed the dates yet.
So if you are a Dead Men Talking fan, please come down. We'd love to see you there. Get pictures, come say hello. Stop
Just
us,
mainly give us money.
harass us, harangue us,
Yeah.
touch us.
Yeah, touch Freddy. Just without saying anything, just walk up and rub his face.
Oh, right. Okay. Here's a rule. Right. Rob said that this is fine. If you see Rob in Edinburgh, take your finger and just try and ram it up his ass, no matter where you are or what he's doing.
Freddie doesn't really like greetings, is the thing about him. So what he much prefers, as the flamboyant gay man he is, just tickle his bollocks. Just walk up, tickle his bollocks without saying anything.
Do you know what?
Just a little
If
tickle.
I've been walking around Edinburgh all day, you fucking touch them at your own risk.
But if you can't be asked to go to the Edinburgh Festival, then Freddie's going to be going on tour.
I'm on tour, baby. I am on tour October and November. I'm going to 20 different cities all across the UK and Ireland. There's some places that are dead close to selling out already. I think they'll probably be sold out by the time you're listening to this. And there's other places as well that have literally limited availability. It's
Some of them
selling really well.
aren't selling at all, though, so buy those tickets.
Shout out to Darwin and Cardiff. No, they're actually doing
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
but they're just not as well as everything else. If you want tickets, then head over to freddyquinne.co.uk, Freddy with a Y, QUINNE.co.uk, and get your tickets right now before they sell out.
The Army of the Dead needs you. Join us at patreon.com/Dead Men Talk Pod to get even more from this podcast. If you love it, you can get an extra episode every week. We've got loads of specials on there. There's more stuff going up all the time. And most importantly, you are the reason, you who've signed up to the Army of the Dead, are the reason that we can go so hard. The reason we don't need to give a fuck about upsetting anybody is that we have you behind us. So join us at patreon.com/Dead Men Talk Pod. Get yourself a free trial for a week if you like. It's £3 a month. You get loads of extra stuff. Now, here's a little taster of a recent episode from Patreon for you to enjoy.
Grimsby man jailed for sexually assaulting dead bodies in mortuary.
Right,
Now-
stop it. Innocent, no crime committed.
Well, it's interesting, this, isn't it? Because this is very much the crime that Michael Barrymore claims to be a victim of.
Well, he was a victim of
Well,
it.
indirectly through Stuart Lubbock, but he
Yeah.
is claiming that his reputation has been tarnished by the actions of someone who bums people in mortuaries.
Yeah.
Right.
Body
This
bummer.
is now the second person we've reported on this podcast doing that exact crime.
I think it's more than a second. I think we've talked about something.
So, look, none of these timelines match up, but what I'm saying is the excuse is less implausible than we first thought. I still think bummed. I'm still hardcore bummed, personally.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, this is another little tiny tick in the box for unbummed, isn't it?
Those people are around. Those people are body bumming.
People are bumming bodies.
I'll tell you what a weird name.
Damon Tingay.
That's
I'm off to see the wizard for a new arse.
yeah,
The Tin Gay.
first draft of the Wizard of the Oz. Tingay. The Cowardly Lion.
No,
he
they had
was
the cowardly lesbian.
worried about getting AIDS. Oh no! What if we don't use protection?
And they had the whore man.
The whore man.
Yeah, straw man.
Oh, right. I was thinking Scarecrow. I didn't know it was called a show. Damon Tingay punched the body of one man twice and performed sex acts on two male bodies, court heard.
Wait, he punched a dead person.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
I don't think that's a crime.
I would like to punch a corpse.
Oh, I'll tell you what I'd like to do.
If you could go to
I'd
one of
tell
those
you-
rage rooms.
No.
Just had a bloke
I'll
strung
tell,
up.
I'll tell you what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Not punch one. I'd like to practice wrestling moves on one. Imagine.
You're going to hit him with a 3D.
No, imagine like a Triple H pedigree, and you
On a
just stick
floppy
it. You
corpse.
stick his fucking thing. You get the things up, and then you,
Rock bottom! Doing the people's elbow on it while it's like this. And you're like,
the worm, Scotty Too Hotty.
worst one to do is the mandible claw, putting your hand in a corpse's mouth.
Oh,
A Grimsby man who went on a rampage in a hospital mortuary, violently and sexually attacking bodies, was told by a judge there was a very, very dark side to him.
Yeah, no shit. There's a very dark side to this corpse rapist.
As he was sentenced to 6 years in prison.
but
6 years.
also to say that there's a very, very dark side implies the existence of a really light side.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
he's really
like a cuddly guy.
easy going.
Yeah.
He's
He's
like,
dead
"Hey."
chill before he went mental and raped all those corpses.
There's a dark side to that court. Not a darkness, a dark side.
Damon Tingay, 30, broke into the Diana, Princess of Wales Hospital in Grimsby in the early hours of 17th of March and was caught on CCTV opening a number of fridges and interfering with the bodies. He had spent 2 hours cycling around the hospital grounds evading security guards.
What a Benny Hill crime! Was he like going off, and then suddenly there's 6 of them behind him.
And the bike's on its own.
Yeah, he's cycling round, running away from security so he can bum corpses. What the fuck?
Please tell me, how funny would this be if he was on a BMX?
I want to be on a big chopper bike with the big handles.
Penny farthing. Also, speaking of this, go on to mine, because what I've got really links in really well with
All right,
this.
we'll do the last story. I think you've got the last story as well, so we'll have a look at that.
So, go on, third one down.
Is your headline The Thickest Man Alive about the lottery?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll look at that one next.
This one doesn't exist.
I checked this morning.
You've got to screenshot or download, Freddie, every
mate,
time.
I checked this morning and it was there.
Can you tell what the story is?
It was a guy...
we might be able to find it.
It was a guy jumping off a balcony.
Right.
And you saw his body splat on the floor, and it was just horrific. It was
You've got to download shit like that. They get turned down quick.
I'm gutted.
Let's hear about The Thickest Man Alive.
So I honestly thought that nobody would ever come up with this story. So the fact that we've come with it together is amazing.
Mate, I found it this morning and I have pissed myself laughing at this. I think it's the funniest. It's fucking amazing, isn't it?
Have we brought literally the same one?
Yeah, from the Wigan.
I don't know this.
Mate, honestly... It is. How on earth he thought that this was an idea to take this to the local press?
The fact that he thinks that anyone will be on his side.
It is honestly, this man he's such a retard.
He's the thickest cunt on the entire
All I've seen is
planet.
Wigan Man, and I'm excited. I love laughing at people from Wigan. People from Warrington, I love it.
Just from this story, Wigan man. So this is the headline. You
read the headline, Tom.
Wigan man thought he'd scooped 11 million, but was told he'd get nothing.
Now, almost with that, you side with him.
Yeah, oh God, yeah. It'd be horrible if you thought you'd won £11 million on the lottery and you didn't get anything through some legal loophole. You'd be gutted. Do you want to read on, Tom, and see what the loophole was?
Yeah. Can I guess what it is?
Yeah, by all means.
So I would think that he's bought a ticket and he's bought it a little bit late or something.
Well,
Right,
you're wrong.
You're incorrect. Scroll on.
You were wrong pretty early on, actually. In that sentence.
Really wrong. keep going.
A Wigan man was devastated when he thought he'd win 11 million on the lotto, only to be told he was mistaken. Mark Fletcher checked the numbers on the lotto app for the draw on Saturday, June 29th, which appeared to show he'd matched all six numbers and stood to win a life-changing amount of cash.
Exciting that, wouldn't it? What a moment.
11 million quid. Be well happy if you put the lottery on.
You would, yeah.
Oh.
This appeared to be confirmed on the app itself, which indicated a winning match between the numbers drawn and Mark's numbers highlighted in red.
Oh,
so far, so good.
So far,
I can
so
see
good.
why he's excited.
Yeah.
Very excited. There he is.
There
Sat
he is.
with
There
it.
he is. Let's have a little look at him.
Let's have a look at it.
This guy here is voluntarily put his photo in the paper for this story.
It's like fat Wayne Lineker.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Like Wayne Rooney Lineker.
Yeah. The 49-year-old contacted the lotto only to be told he'd misread the information and his winnings came to zero. What he was looking at was the results checker and not the actual ticket he'd purchased. So he just looked at the results.
What he did was he went on the app, he had a look at it, the winning numbers were on the screen because they're like, this is this week's winning numbers. He went, those are on my phone.
No,
But what's even more mental about it is...
No, that's not what he'd done. So what he'd done is there's a thing on the lotto where you can pick your numbers and you can be like, these are my special numbers, right?
Yeah.
And they were what came up.
Yeah. So
And
scroll
so-
on, it explains it in detail.
Mr. Fletcher, a dad of one from Ashton, said uncertainty had left him with extremely high anxiety. He added, I was a bit shocked when I checked the numbers and found they matched. However, when I rang them up to check, I was on the phone for 45 minutes and the woman was adamant I wasn't a winner. Then I asked why it was telling me I'd won and if there was a fault with the app, and they denied that also.
Mm-hmm.
I felt as if I was being put under a lie detector. She kept saying, you haven't bought that ticket, have you, Mark? When people play the lotto, they think it's a trustworthy service. But I'm doubting that now. They've not shown any empathy towards me. It has impacted me. I'm left thinking about all the what-ifs. If they've told me I won, but in actual fact I've won nothing. It's a bit cruel and I've had sleepless nights.
To be clear, he has not bought a lottery ticket.
He didn't buy a ticket!
He hasn't bought a ticket.
And he has never bought a ticket.
He has never, in his
Why are you
entire
checking the
life...
numbers?
All he did was go on the app, put some numbers in, check them, saw that they were the winning numbers, and assumed that meant he won. Then he rang the lottery and went, can I have £11 million? They said, obviously no. And then he went, that's not very empathetic.
For 3/4 of an hour.
For 3/4 of an
Imagine
hour.
being that woman going,
They're like,
no,
you
but
didn't buy a lottery ticket.
Seems like the app's wrong.
You can't just, after the draw, go, oh, what about these numbers? Oh, they've won. You fucking moron. Can you imagine? He hasn't even got all the money's come out of my account. They haven't bought the ticket. They haven't processed the ticket. They haven't done anything. He has not even attempted to buy a ticket once.
I'm with him. I'm on his side. So it's confusing. Technology could be confusing.
The spokesman is what
A
the spokesman
spokesman
said.
for Lotto.
But just when you said technology can be confusing, and I get that, technology can be confusing, but if you're not putting your bank details
Yeah,
in,
if you've not spent any money.
what do you think happens?
Yeah. Do you think the lottery is free?
Like, how can you be so stupid?
How has he never done the lottery? Everyone's done the lottery.
I know. Well, he hasn't.
A spokesman for Lotto operators, Alwyn, said people can select any set of My Numbers, save these in their app account, and then go into the app and check against any previous draw.
So, yeah, basically, he's just checked them against all old draws and there was one that won.
Right. That is quite lucky.
That is quite lucky.
That has happened.
Yeah. But he's also not bought a fucking ticket.
Yeah, that is quite unlucky.
If you just scroll up a little bit more, mate, it's just skipped you down a bit. There you go.
It has nothing to do with whether a player actually played the numbers or not, and in this case, the player did not play this set of 6 numbers via his online account for the draw on June 29th, or indeed in any draws prior to the draw on June 29th taking place.
So he's actually never played the lottery.
He's never played the lottery.
What's his name again?
Mark Fletcher.
Right.
Mark Fletcher.
Google Mark Fletcher Wigan.
Well, this story's just going to
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's just going to be that story.
I was
you
gonna say we
fucking
can see what he
idiot.
did for a job.
I mean, I assume nothing. I assume that man's not employed.
I imagine he thinks he's got a job.
Oh, he's a former member of Parliament.
I've not.
That's a different
I've
Mark
not put
Fletcher.
Workshop supervisor. There's a Mark Fletcher. It's quite a common name, though.
It's
Mark
a very
Fletcher,
common
it
name.
is.
I'm going to assume unemployed. It's fucking amazing that, innit? Being angry at that. Like, look, if you'd have like put it on for the wrong date by accident, or if the money had gone out of your account and they hadn't processed it, at that point I'd be like, that's fucking gutting. You know, if you tried to put it on, you thought you had,
Yeah.
and it hadn't gone through properly.
I read a story that I didn't say because it wasn't that interesting.
Yeah.
But it was just this week, and it was about a partner, like girlfriend and boyfriend. They lived together. They had a kid together, and they do the lottery together.
Yeah.
But she bought the ticket herself. But
Oh, I
like,
did see this.
It's
yeah,
one
yeah,
of those where like every week I might buy it one week, you might buy it
Yeah.
another week, etc., etc. She bought the ticket, won like £500,000 or some shit.
Yeah, and just booted him out.
Booted him out.
Just booted him out, and he got nothing.
I love her.
Yeah, it's fucking well funny. And he was like trying to sue her. This one had been going on
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, and it was
he
like-
tried to sue her, and they were just like, well, no,
Yeah.
she bought the ticket.
Yeah, you fuck me.
You haven't got a leg to stand on. They weren't even married as well, so it's not like splitting marital assets.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just, that's just a woman, you know, like legally speaking.
Yeah,
Unless you've
yeah.
got it written, if you've not even got it written down
Exactly.
anywhere.
And if you've not put any money towards the ticket as well,
But I'll
you've
tell you-
literally got no legal thing
I'll
to stand
tell you
on.
what, as far as I know that like women have different icks and stuff for men, but as far as icks go, I imagine writing up a contract for us splitting the lottery every week
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
biggest ick going.
It'd be right up there. But, you know, like, I assume that wasn't the greatest relationship beforehand.
No.
Because, like, I'm pretty sure, you know, if me or my missus won the lottery, share it with each other. That'd be nice because we like each other. But, like, this is clearly a woman who's like, finally, I can get this cunt to fuck off. You
How
know?
much would you trade her for?
How much would I trade my missus for?
Money-wise.
Don't make me sound gay, because, like, I'm going to sound gay now.
Are you going to say...
'Cause it's
Well, the gay answer would be 0, so I could have a dick.
No, like, genuinely, like, nothing, obviously.
Oh, you big...
I know I'm a big fanny. I really love
You're
her.
just saying this because her friends listen to this.
No, I genuinely mean it. Like, she makes me really happy. And,
Off-
you know, money
off
doesn't
air,
make
he said
everyone
something
happy.
different.
Like, there's loads of sad people in big houses, and, like, she makes me really happy. I'd rather be happy than rich, you know?
Gay!
And also, she's minted. So, like...
That's a good point, yeah.
like...
It has to be a lot because there's a lot coming in already.
Exactly. I'm already doing fucking great.
You've got to
I'm-
think how much is she going to bring in the next 30 years?
Yeah, like she's going to bring in millions. She's fucking, mate, she's flying in her career.
Okay.
She's already like senior lead in her career and she's only been doing it like 4 years. She's
Okay,
amazing.
right.
Like, I'm riding that train, baby. Fuck the lottery.
Okay, different
I've already won.
different circumstance.
Okay.
She gets hit by a car tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
She...
I leave immediately. If she's in any way physically disfigured, I'm not interested. If she has a graze on her face, I'm out.
I'll give her 10 grand just so I can leave it, no problem.
Just took a wing mirror off. She's absolutely fine.
Give her 10 grand, she can keep the house. Done.
Yeah,
It's fucking
Sorry,
wild.
I am pathetic. Though. I am very soft.
Should we have a look at some of the other stuff?
Yeah,
Isn't that a mad story, though?
It's fucking mental. At that point, I'd be so embarrassed at myself. I'd go, "Oh, I'm a fucking dickhead."
Do you want to see? So, are you aware of the actor Armie Hammer?
The cannibal.
I didn't know this.
Right, this is the thing that's been running around for a while. There's been a rumour for a few years that Armie Hammer is a cannibal.
Who's Armie Hammer?
He was in like a few things a few years ago. Then he sort of stopped being in things because he was like, there was like a bunch of like weird allegations about him just being a bit creepy. And then the rumour came out that he was a cannibal.
Well, I found some DMs that he sent to people.
Yeah.
And
He's basically got a cannibal fetish.
He's denying that he's a cannibal.
Right.
And these are the most cannibal-like things I've ever heard in my life.
Okay.
So how you can send these and go, nah, don't. Read them out.
My cock is in my hand, and I'm thinking of breaking your ribs. Cutting you into pieces and fucking the pieces.
Jesus Christ.
I am not a cannibal.
But I'm going to fuck pieces of you that I have cut off. Jesus Christ, man. Like, you don't need a sexual partner at this point. You need a therapist. Like, not all fetishes should be indulged.
They get weirder.
Those are my bones, and if I want to break one to prove it, I will. Fingers, toes, and if you still need more proof, your fucking neck in my bare hands. God damn it, now I need to come again. I'm going to come.
He's going to come. It's like, he's not going to do it where he's at.
Yeah, he's going to come.
He needs to go travel to come.
A couple more.
Yeah.
If you tell me what I can and can't break, I will break them all. I'm going to come thinking of breaking your bones. Oh, God.
Yeah.
What do you need to walk for? You just lay on a pile on the floor and I'll fuck you whenever I walk past you.
That's actually a DM to Lost Voice Guy.
Whenever I walk past.
Yeah.
like
I'm just like, oh!
While I'm here.
I mean,
It's like a McDonald's. You see a McDonald's, you think,
Oh, yeah, I'll
nuggets.
nip in. Yeah, he's getting a journey shack.
his move has been to just deny, basically.
Yeah, basically. He's sort of gone quiet for a few years because there was like there was more of this stuff in the ether a couple of years ago. It was a thing like going round. And like, I think he's probably a guy who has loads of really fucked up fetishes.
Yeah.
But also, I think he was accused of being like quite controlling and stuff. And like, what a shock, given all that.
The move to do is to go, hey, look, I've got lots of messed up fantasies.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I want to do them. It just means I'm a pervert. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what you have to do. You can't deny everything. You can't go, I'm a completely normal dude. You can't do that.
Yeah,
you have to go, I'm not a cannibal, but as a compromise, I am a pervert.
Yeah, like I'm into the BDSM stuff. It was a consensual role play game, with established boundaries and all that. So obviously, look, if you're into that sort of shit and you establish that stuff with a partner and you talk through what's okay beforehand, and then afterwards you do the aftercare-y stuff, fine. Obviously, do what you want to fucking do, but don't like be sending messages like that and be like, I'm not into that.
Yeah.
It's like,
No. Ugh.
oh, sorry, I just, you know what it's like. You have a couple of drinks and suddenly you want to fuck a pile of bones. Bizarre, isn't it?
It's mental.
There's a level of violence to it where it goes like beyond, because like normal BDSM, obviously there's the play with the aggression and the power and the violence and stuff, but there's a level of it where it's like, oh, you're getting spanked a bit, oh, you're gonna get slapped, you're gonna get a little whipped with that. You're not getting cut apart, bones broken.
So dreadful. You're getting spanked. Oh, you're getting...
Nah, fucking batter them if they want it, mate.
Really?
I like a girl once cried because it was the first time anyone had ever hit her as hard as she wanted to. She literally cried, and I was like, I'm going to have to stop and check in. And she was like, no good.
A solitary tear of happiness.
She was just like... So she's like, I'll fucking wind up. I'll take a run up. I don't give a fuck, mate. But again, it was an open-handed slap, and it was, what was asked for. It wasn't, I'm going to fuck your core.
I'm going to break all of your bones.
Yeah.
I mean, cutting the pieces up is wild. Like, if you had to cut a body up and fuck a piece, which bit you fucking?
Fanny,
Fanny. That's why I wouldn't bother cutting them up.
You're not allowed that bit. You're not allowed that
Bumhole?
bit. No, so
Mouth.
fanny, mouth, and bumhole get thrown in a bin.
Right.
All orifice gone. All orifices.
All orify
All
Yeah.
orify
have gone.
Right.
You've got to choose like the back of a knee.
belly
or something.
button?
Gullet.
Belly button. How small's your dick?
Yeah, but at least he's got a bit of a dent. Nothing else has.
He's done it again.
He's done it again.
He's done it again.
I'd fuck the belly button, probably. That'll be,
I feel like I could untie a belly button with enough force.
He's done it again. This is the
fuck a
second
belly
time
button.
he's like,
They're
let
that
everyone
deep.
know he's got a small.
they're that deep and that wide, Tom.
I'd fuck a belly button.
I'd fuck
Does
a
it
belly
sound
button.
good, that, thinking about it, what I just said?
It sounds like you've got a grain of short grain rice. I'd fuck a belly button.
Well, if anything, I'm just thinking of a funny thing to fuck.
At most, I could rub my knob against the belly button.
Yeah, but that goes the same with all flesh that isn't an orifice.
No, I said gullet.
No, back of a knee.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Back of a knee, because I'd curl it round.
Cut the
and
belly
just-
off and fold it over.
Belly button.
Belly button.
Belly button.
It could be any of us.
Any
Any of us could
any
have
of
the
us-
smallest dick. We don't know.
Honestly,
We don't know. We
I
have
think
no
it's an open
idea
road.
who's got a small dick in this room. It could be any of us who'd fuck a belly button.
In fact, come to think of it, there's no shallower bit on a body to
not.
fuck.
There's
Of course
not.
there is. Some of
It's
it's just
that-
flat.
It's that.
No, but like a nose is deeper.
A nose is
But a
deeper.
belly is
An
also
ear
squishy.
is deeper.
An ear is deeper.
But a belly is also squishy, so like you'd go in and it just squishes round.
It just squishes round.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, there's sex toys like that, aren't there?
Anyway, yeah, I think Armie Hammer's a bit of a wrong un.
He is a bit of a wrong, isn't
Yeah,
he? I
I don't know the full extent of the rumours and how much they've been disproved or whatever. So look, I will, we will put that disclaimer on it, but I'm aware there's rumours.
Yeah, yeah.
If
yeah.
Armie Hammer came to you and
Yeah.
said, "I'm cannibal.
Yeah.
I want to eat some of you."
Right.
I want to eat.
First thing, I'm not gay, mate. So no thanks.
Yeah, but it's not a sex thing. It's just he's
I
hungry.
think it is a sex
Yeah.
thing.
No, for him, he's
How
hungry.
much is he get?
How much and what part of your body and for what price would you give up for someone to eat?
5 million quid, little chunk out the back of my leg. Or my ass. Oh, there's no ass
There's
left.
no arse left, mate.
yeah.
God, you need all of that. Christ. Give
little-
him some neck.
Give him some neck.
Give him sell that back
No.
off the back of your neck.
No, because I'd walk around looking like a jigsaw piece.
Mate, it'd be so funny if you removed that lump on the back of your neck and then you're just walking around constantly looking up.
Back of the leg or the thigh, something like that.
Oh no,
You're
that'd be
gonna flash
terrible.
it.
That'd really affect your walking.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
No,
it's
how
okay.
much? I'm talking
He
like
doesn't walk.
I'm talking like a tiny little,
A
you know.
square out of
Yeah,
it.
square.
Make some crackling off my skin somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 million. I think I'd go a finger for less than 5 million.
Yeah.
Which finger?
This little piggy here.
I'd chop a finger off.
Is that
the
how
wrist.
you name your fingers still? Via the little piggy
No,
method?
just that one.
That's a little piggy.
Yeah, it's all deformed and
Right,
misshapen and stuff.
I think I'd cut a little finger of my left hand off
Yeah.
for 2 million.
I think you'd do it for a couple $100,000.
I do, yeah.
No, no, Freddie, you're a man who'll do quite a lot of things for money, aren't you? Like, you're a bit of an old school like hustler. You've always got like a random business on the go. Haven't
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
You-
yeah.
You always have. Like,
I feel like I feel like you're just about to slide me
like
here.
for example, like a while ago, like maybe about 10 years ago, you used to run a little side hustle, didn't you? Like, I've got a friend who's a web developer, and he recently told me about a little side project that Freddie used to run.
Oh, yeah.
A little business on the internet selling women's underwear to perverts.
I've told you
I think
this.
you've brought this up.
I've
Fucking
told you this.
mental.
I didn't sell it to perverts.
I nearly. All right, this weekend I was that close to getting it rehosted, but we couldn't find the files. I was going to pay to rehost it and bring it back up here.
I didn't sell it to perverts.
Yeah.
So we had a. God, this is going back. This is going back to when I was 17, 18.
Yeah.
So I.
And he thought, knickers.
I think you brought this up when Rob was in Australia. I think that's why. I
Right,
you
there
don't
we
know
go.
this?
I didn't know it. No, I
So-
got told this by a mate who worked on it.
Yeah.
A mate who worked on it.
The web developer is a friend of a friend.
Is he?
Yeah.
No way.
It's
So,
just a coincidence.
so
Yeah.
the guy who did it was a friend of ours who we don't speak to anymore.
Yeah.
Called Jake.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he kind of fucked us over a little bit. But
Right,
he
yeah.
was starting a new business, and we were his first ever client. Now, as that happens, that is now one of the biggest web design companies in the
Yeah,
UK. It's absolutely enormous.
Yeah.
And we were his first ever client.
There
Now,
you go. I just found out about it. I was like, Freddie sold knickers.
now, it wasn't knickers. It was knickers. It was fancy dress and lingerie. And the reason being is because
You shouldn't say lingerie.
I know.
well, the
Sounds so horrible in a
so-
Preston accent,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
So first of all, it was drop shipping. So we'd never
Yeah.
touched. But this was before drop
I'm
shipping.
glad you weren't touching it.
This was before drop shipping was as
All items pre-sniffed.
it was. It was before. Why would you sniff it if it was clean? What the fuck is the point in that?
You tell me, you dirty pig.
This was before drop shipping was as ubiquitous as what it is now.
Yeah.
So before things like Shopify, before stuff like that. And I had a mate who was like quite business minded who I worked with.
Yeah.
He owned a club in town.
I just think it's really funny
Wanted to
that
do
was the specific, because the business sense of it is totally sound.
Well,
it was just find it very funny that you chose lingerie of all things.
I'll tell you why I chose lingerie, because
You're a dirty pervert.
Well, the markups on it are really high.
Yeah.
Because you're paying for the stuff that isn't there. Do you know what I mean?
Ooh, the holes. You
Like,
pay for the holes.
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Like, if you actually think about the actual material cost of it, it's cheap.
It's just there's a parallel universe where Freddy is the Knicker King, where that business flew.
Yeah,
and you are the Knicker. I just found it hilarious because like you're just that guy. You've always had a hustle going. You always do.
Yeah, well, I am quite business minded. So
Yeah,
I
but like
to-
in that sort of like shady, low level Del Boy way. You know what I mean? There's always a scam running. There's always some scheme.
I quite like money.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're an incredibly venal man. Yeah. I just got told this week and I found it so funny because I wasn't here when he
Well,
talked
it's
about
so weird that it wasn't a guy called Jake that told you, was
it.
it?
Yeah, well, he was a friend of his.
A friend of Jake's?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've not spoke to him in 15 years. He used to come round to my house every Saturday at a ridiculously early time because he was one of those really early rising type people. We'd have a few games of FIFA. I would absolutely twat him every time. He was shite at it, and then he'd be in a mood for the rest of the day. He was one of those people. He would come round to my house, demand that we play FIFA.
Lose and
I'd
then be
beat
angry.
him, and then he'd be furious.
Yeah.
Be like, the fuck is the point in this?
Yeah. Anyway, I just thought it was really fun.
I've got something.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
dead funny.
Okay.
Would you like to see the deaf New Zealand rugby team doing the hacker?
Oh my god, yes. Fuck yes.
This is my favourite thing I've ever seen.
We can't play because of all the dribble on the pitch.
Señores, te regalo el jaca final.
Stop it.
A lot fewer Polynesians in this team.
Sounds like a group of dying dogs.
Pause it. It sounds like someone trying to get into a hot bath. Ooh, ooh.
If I was the other team, I'd be like, we're about to batter these guys. Oh, sounds like me on mushrooms the other day. I got so high I was holding on to my chair just going, woo, woo.
It's the least
That's so
intimidating
funny.
thing I've ever seen in my
That
entire
is
life.
so funny. Oh, bless the poor cunts.
I've also got. Have you ever seen the Tono man?
No.
What's Tono, man?
Can you just turn the PC up a bit, Addison? Sorry, it was a bit quiet.
Excellent turning of the PC there,
Yeah, well
Madison.
done, Madison. Well done.
However,
Really good
we
work.
shall see how effective this patient is at manipulating his
'cause this
intonation
is
of his
quiet, sorry.
utterance. The segments you will see are, first, a conversation about his upcoming move to a new house, followed next by a sample of his spontaneous automatic speech.
So it's just an interview with this old guy.
But tell me, why is it that you're moving, actually?
Tono, 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 or tono, 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 tono,
trying.
tono.
This is me trying to get rid of that woman the other day.
The kids have grown and the house is getting too big, or
Tono, 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 tono,
ready for a smaller place?
tono,
Seems reasonable. Less to keep up.
tono, 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 tono,
There's a bit coming up that's so good.
tono, 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 tono.
Now, all your children are grown, right?
Oh, Tono, Tono.
How many children do you have?
Tono, Tono. Tono.
Is this
Can you
real?
count that out for me?
Tono, 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 oh, Tono, Tono. Oh, Tono, 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 Tono. Oh, no, Tono, Tono. Oh, Tono, 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 Tono.
Pause it. I've got so many questions.
There's a little bit more now.
Okay, just give me a sec. Let me just ask this question. Does he know that he can't talk?
No, I think it's a thing where he believes he is communicating and like his brain and like mouth aren't connected properly.
So he
basically.
doesn't know that he's just saying Tono.
Well, I think I'm not sure how aware he'll be of that, but he is in his head he's saying a
So
sentence.
in his head he's like, I was walking to the shop
Exactly.
the other day.
Yeah. He's got a
Really,
disorder
he's
that's
just
causing
going
that.
Tono,
Yeah,
Tono,
yeah,
Tono.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we
just let's watch the rest?
The next bit is mental.
Tono, 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 Tono.
All right,
Tono, Tono, Tono.
what number is this?
Tono.
Right? Now let's count it out.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Nice. Well, since you did 4 so well, let's go for broke. Let's go up to 20 if we can.
What's up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, Tono. 1, Tono.
Okay.
He got so close. I want to see this guy doing a hacker against the deaf guys. Don't know it. Ah.
You know what? Still not as shit of a guest as Fassol. Still not as bad.
Oh, fucking hell. That would be so frustrating if you're that guy. Like, I feel for him. Can you imagine just only being able to say Tono? Just like, it's very hard.
I think
Bless
it's more
him.
frustrating for everyone else around him.
I think it might be more frustrating for him.
It is frustrating.
Yeah.
But it's frustrating for everyone else because they're like his wife is like, I've got to stick with this fucking Tono prick now.
Especially if she's called Tono.
We-
Stop shouting me.
Tono's the name of his ex.
We could.
Keep shouting it in bed.
Hey, if we got him on this podcast, he'd call you Not Gay Ton.
Honestly, I'd love to have him as a guest.
I think he's dead.
I think he's probably this is from like the 70s.
This is some old footage, and he's an old man who is clearly fucked.
Also, it's like you'd kill yourself, wouldn't you?
Would you?
Yeah.
How? You got to go into the hardware shop to try and buy rope, and you're like, Tono?
What does his suicide note say? Tono.
Tono.
And he's writing like that as well.
Imagine getting
Tono. 4. Tono.
And then 3, 2, 1.
Imagine his,
Tono.
imagine his wife getting it like, I wonder who this is from. Oh, what a twat.
I don't think he's a twat.
He is a twat.
He's not a twat, bless him.
He's a stupid twat.
Well, he's not a stupid twat, he's just ill.
He can only say Tono.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb, but like, he's ill. He's trying his best.
He's ill with stupidity.
I think he's got Tono disease. Oh, bless.
Poor bloke.
Poor bloke. That is funny as fuck.
What else should we do? Should we do some advice?
Yeah,
maybe?
why
Let's do some
not? Let's do a
advice.
bit of advice.
Oh.
Advice,
Play the sting.
Advice from a cunt. I'm a cunt.
Tono.
I can't remember.
Tono.
I can't remember what this is, but we'll go for it. It's got revenge. Once while
When you say you can't remember what it is, it's 2 sentences.
Yeah, just read it.
I know, I'm going to. I just can't remember what it is as before I read it. Once while in a football debate on Twitter, some utter cunt searched for times I'd call my mates gay 10 years previously and sent it to the semi-pro football club I work for, reporting me for homophobia. This was around 4 years ago, but I'm still bitter. What would you recommend for revenge?
Fuck him.
I'd recommend getting over it, you fucking moron. It's been 4 years ago when someone had a slight go at you. What are you still thinking about this for?
They've sent it to the club that he worked for.
Uh-huh.
So he's been reported for. So he's probably been sacked or something.
Yeah, from a semi-pro football club. Get over it.
4 years ago.
4 years ago. 4 years ago was when you do something about it. You don't be a little bitch about it for 4 years
What
and
would
write to
you-
a podcast so we can help bully them for you. Pathetic.
What would you have done at the time?
I probably would have called the HR person gay. I think you've just got.
God, Tono, what have we got? Gay.
I'm like,
4, 3, 2, 1. Gay.
This
gay,
whole
gay.
trial is gay as fuck.
Also, like if you're a semi-professional football club,
Yeah.
of course there's going to be homophobia there.
Exactly. And like 10 years ago, you just got to look. 10 years ago, I said an immature thing to my friend.
10 years
You
ago
know?
was 2004.
Yeah. It was a different time. You need to use the different time excuse.
2014 was the height of it, though, really, wasn't it?
I think maybe a little early. I think by that point it was already tailing off. I think like the early noughties were the peak of that.
No, I think Hannah Gadsby was the. I think Nanette was the jump in the shark.
Yeah, but that
moment.
wasn't like 20. When was that?
I think about 2016, 17.
Yeah, I
like
think a little bit later than that. But
Yeah.
no, I think it was already like it was already dialing down. And basically, the resurgence of it only really started about 3 years ago when we kicked this podcast off.
Yeah.
We're bringing it back, baby. Just tell them that your favourite podcasters say that it's fine and funny. So-
How do you get revenge? The thing is, though, is
Yeah.
if it's an anonymous Twitter account, there's not really an awful lot you can do, is there?
yeah, so like it's just some
If-
dude on
if
Twitter. The problem
it's-
is, if you know who it is, then you can fuck with them. If it's just some dude on Twitter, you're fucked. If you know who they actually are, what you could do is Photoshop some tweets. Right? It's
Oh.
very easy to do.
Yes.
You just Photoshop some tweets and send them to their employer. And just, if you need some horrible opinions to write down in those tweets, we can get Madison to send you a few of hers. And then you can just
Sign a
copy them down verbatim. That'll get you fired.
sign 'em
A
up.
lot of places aren't as tolerant of that sort of thing as we are.
Yeah. You should have seen what she did in your interview.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that's a lovely tap dance, but fuck.
Never seen a girl black up as quick.
That was what I was implying, Freddie, you
Yeah.
unsubtle fuck.
Yeah.
Just has to hammer it home, doesn't he? He can't just let there be a subtle joke. He's got to go, she was blacked up. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Sung all the words to Kanye West Gold Digger.
Tono, tono, tono.
Yeah, she just said Tono for all of them, apart from one word.
But she calls it the T word.
Yeah. Said she's always wanted to work for us ever since she saw Alfie Brown on the pod.
Fuck's sake. But yeah, like, I think the only one you got to fight fire with fire. If you want to get back with them on a totally even level, Photoshop some tweets and send them to their employer. That's the way
I
to go.
think if you're going for revenge, though, doing it even Stevens, you don't want to do that. You want to go. You want to get worse.
Oh yeah, so you put much worse things in the tweets.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like you put open support for Nazism. Like really violent propaganda.
Could
and
you-
stuff. Just put those Armie Hammer tweets?
Could you sign him up for gay porn?
Yep.
But it might be gay.
And
Yeah,
then-
they might like that. That might be why they were upset about the homophobia. Freddie.
Oh God, yeah.
They might be like, "Oh, good, some porn."
Right, sign him up for straight porn.
Yeah, that'll do. Like,
Oh,
oh no,
no.
Vag! Ah!
Yeah, then like
Yeah.
keep telling straight people that you can go around there and fuck.
Yeah.
Sign him up. Sign him up for child porn, and then
Yeah.
send that to his employer.
But what if he's a paedophile?
I think if you're the one sending the child porn as well, you're on dodgy ground.
Yeah,
I think that's also
maybe.
illegal. I don't think you can do that. You could buy drugs off the dark web, get them sent to the mouse, and tip the police off if you really want to fuck them up.
What's that thing that YouTubers get? Squatted, is it?
Swatted.
Swatted.
Yeah, that's where, but like that's mainly in America because they have like armed police go out a lot easier. So what they do is they say that there's someone planning like a terrorist attack or something at a house.
Yeah.
And like they do it to live streamers so that the SWAT teams burst in on live streams. But sometimes it obviously goes horribly wrong.
And they get
are
shot, yeah,
people
yeah.
are being shot. Their dogs have been shot. It's fucking horrific because obviously the American police aren't subtle.
Yeah.
And like they don't wander in and like ask questions. They just kick doors down and start shooting cunts. It's fucked. It's like a mad thing. Yeah.
That is pretty funny, though.
It's quite funny, but like also people have died.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not me.
Bit too far, I'd say. I think swatting's a bit too far, personally.
Maybe we should. We should.
we
We definitely
got-
shouldn't live stream.
If we got swatted in here, could you imagine?
Yeah, like we're definitely never doing a live stream ever again now we've said this.
We did one when the Queen died.
We did
didn't
do one with the Queen died, and then we got bored and we stopped 20 minutes before they announced it. So we were like, we've been streaming for like 3 hours, I'm bored now, I'm going home. And then they played it on the radio, so I was driving home. They were like, the Queen's dead. I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah, I would say. What about if you catfished him?
That's always good. Because like we always get those stories where people have done that to their mate as a prank and it's always horrible and it breaks them. And so if it's someone you want to break...
Did you
Cool.
see that
Yeah.
thing? So there was a thing about the Man United fan who Liverpool fans catfished him and made him drive all the way up to Aberdeen.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
funny.
You could do something like that. That'd be really funny.
Yeah, that would be.
And that, because that fucks with his heart and his day.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be real sad about that. Like you're gonna feel like a real idiot. It's really gonna bring up a lot of feelings of shame and guilt as well. You know, it's really gonna like mentally fuck with him. If you want to torture someone, that's a great way to do it.
And then push him off a cliff.
And push him off a cliff. Yeah, to ensure your career at Porsche is safe. Maybe trick him into thinking he's won the lottery.
Anything else?
I got some lovely questions.
Okay.
Tom's lovely question. Oh, isn't that lovely?
Is it more gay to be on the back of a motorbike or on the front of a motorbike with a bloke behind you?
Back.
The back's definitely the gayer.
The back's the gayer one.
Because in the front, you're in charge. It's the opposite.
That's true.
It's the opposite of having gay sex, because the guy behind's in charge in that sense, you know. Like, but when you're on a motorbike, if you're the one doing the controls, you're in the more masculine position.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like on the back, you also have to hug the man in front in order to hold on and squeeze them with your thighs.
Yeah,
gay.
It is very gay.
Yeah.
I think this is clear. If sat in a motorbike sidecar, you're the gay one as well.
Yeah.
Robin's gayer than Batman.
Yeah. I think this is a clear-cut, easy case, to be honest with you.
Really simple, this.
Yeah.
Really,
Not really worth our time.
Yeah, it's
Quite
actually,
homophobic. I think we should fire Tom.
it's actually a question on a test in America.
If two of our students are on a motorbike, which one's gay?
Which one's gayer?
All right, last one before we go. If you had to choose a method of death for each other, what would it be?
I'd like to. I just immediately pictured, you know, that machine in The Simpsons where Homer goes to hell and they're feeding him donuts forever. Just Freddy sat there getting his arse back. Just drown you in donuts.
I'd take that.
No, in fact, I'd drown you in baked beans. Is the way I'd like to send you
that
off.
would be really bad.
That is like horrible torture for you.
So there was a thing in Saw, if you remember, and a judge gets drowned in like animal slurry.
Right.
Do you remember that?
I haven't seen any of the Saw films.
You've not seen any of these?
No,
I
I don't watch loads of films. Just knock around, you know. Like, I don't care.
Really?
Yeah. Like I don't watch loads of horror films as well. I like old horror films where they're really like atmospheric and like beautiful shot and stuff. But like, just doesn't do much for me. I watch fucking horrific videos every week. Like I watch The Real Thing all the time.
The Saw films are absolutely perfect for showing you just how quickly an idea can run out of steam. Honest to God, it gets dull so quick.
Yeah.
So I watched Saw 1, 2, and 3 are great. Saw 3, I think, is the best one. And then it gets... I think Saw 4's all right as well, but then it gets so shit.
Yeah,
it gets so
you can't do the same idea
bad.
10 times and have it be interesting.
Yeah, there's no film that you can do that.
Yeah, exactly. Like it just doesn't work. There's no like the exact same thing. It's got to be different each time. Like at least always with James Bond, it's an entirely self-contained story. At least it's not just doing the same setup every time like Saw is.
Yeah.
But you know, like no judgment or whatever. But yeah, I've not seen him. But yeah, what was the fucking point of this? But yeah, like I think you got to do an ironic punishment that means you would hate it the most, innit? And like beans, you'd already be upset at being in a room with beans, let alone drowning in them. So that's how I fucking get you. Yeah. I think the ironic thing for me was have me beaten by dads.
Beaten by dads? Fathers for Justice.
Fathers for Justice curb stomping me.
Because the whole thing with them is they
get all of Tom's dads to come beat me
The
up.
reason why that's ironic is because they really want to see their kids.
They could like chuck me off the top of Buckingham Palace.
If we did Saw for Rob, I'd literally just have to put him in an empty room, give him the key to get out, he'd lose it, and then just die in there.
Just watch me for like weeks. Fucking hell, where's the key?
No, I tell you,
Just in your hand for the whole time.
No, I tell you what you
The
do.
door's open.
I tell you what you do. It's a completely empty room, right? Nothing in it. He's got the key. There's one door there. He doesn't lose it. The key is attached to his hand.
Yeah.
However, there is a deadline for when the door will never open again.
So I'm trying to unlock it with 3 seconds to go because I've been chilling.
You have 24 hours to get out of this room. There's nothing in it.
How would we get Tom? I think what would be really funny would poison him, but put the antidote on a high shelf.
I was thinking like a rack.
Yeah.
Just stretch him out.
Oh, I thought you meant send him to Iraq. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll cover him in bacon and kick him into an Iraqi mosque.
What could we do for Tom? What would be the best? Because Tom would enjoy everything. That's the
not
problem.
everything.
Not death.
We poison him and we tell him he can get out if he writes a letter.
Oh, yeah, I don't like writing.
You don't like writing letters. Or maybe we just have some slightly confusing technology that he's got to work out.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Oh, how about this? If you can successfully record a podcast, we'll let you out of your chains.
How about this?
There can't be, if there's any clicking noises or low quality audio, then you get a shot.
How about this?
And no help from Madison.
There's a loaded gun to his face,
Right.
like that. And what he has to do is he has to speak into a microphone, and he has to clearly pronounce the names of things that aren't English.
Yeah. We just give him a list of foreign names. Once you've said all these, you can go. Absolutely fucked.
Nguyen, bang, done, dead, instantly, instant death.
What's mad is, like, Tom loves football, and one thing about football is it teaches you about like foreign names and like what naming conventions are like in other countries because you're constantly like talking about people from different cultures and stuff.
Yeah, but I'm also very intolerant.
Yeah, that is true, and thick. So
thick, yeah. But the thing is, I know a lot of foreign names, but I usually read about them.
Right, so
Like,
you never say them out loud.
I've seen that name written,
Sure.
but I've never
Said it out loud.
Yeah, and also
It's the surname of Diane in BoJack Horseman.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, as well, I think people who pronounce footballers' names correctly are stupid cunts.
It depends on the level. There is a
Yeah.
level to it. Like Jonathan Pearce during the Euros was doing only the Italians for some reason. He was doing them all, like adding so much fucking Arabiata to the fucking name when he was doing it. It was all like, it's all that sort of stuff.
It's like English people say Barcelona.
Yeah,
They say
yeah.
Barcelona.
So, exactly. I'm with you on that, but there is a limit to it. Like I think like using like Jovanovic, saying that rather than Jovanovic, I think that's you know what I mean. It's
yeah,
like,
but that's really basic. Like,
exactly.
I'm
But
talking
do
about,
the basic ones. Don't go too far. I'm with you.
I knew a mate who was an Arsenal fan. He was proper like, ooh, that Gunners, ooh, that, ooh, that, ooh, that. And at the time, Danny Ceballos was playing.
Yeah.
And he'd go, ooh, that, ooh, that, ooh, that. I tell you who's fucking great. Danny Ceballos. Like that. And you go, oh, fuck off. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, just say it in your thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Brexit means Brexit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop the boats.
Stop the boats.
So this episode has been sponsored by Madison. Thank you very much.
I'll tell you what, she has reformed this podcast, doesn't she?
She has Reform UK'd it. So hopefully this episode you listened to has just worked and has been recorded competently.
And hopefully Dead Meat will have happened.
Yeah, Dead Meat will have happened by the time this has come out.
In a competent way. We really apologise for the one guy that died.
Yeah, well, he deserved it.
But we don't apologise for the rest.
Yeah. The rest of the other 16, had it coming.
We planned that.
Yeah. Yeah, George.
A lot less new acts on the scene now.
George wouldn't get off the stage when we gonged him.
Because he thought it was dinner time.
Right. If you've enjoyed listening, please become a patron. It's £3 a month. You get a 7-day free trial. You get an extra episode every single week, access to all the specials that we've done. Whenever we do live events, they're the first people that get tickets. You get all the perks. You get the full podcast. If you just listen for free, you get half the podcast. You get half the jokes. You get half of the lore, half of everything behind it. If you watch, if you're a patron, you're getting the full thing, and you help make sure that this podcast can continue
it's
to be.
literally the only thing keeping us running. The reason that we are able to bring Madison here, who, all jokes aside, is fucking great. So, like, we need people like that to help us because clearly we're incompetent. So, like, we really fucking appreciate it. It keeps it going. Like, that's basically it. The fact that we have a Patreon where people will stick with us no matter what we fucking say means loads.
We're able to bring people on with, questionable views and reform them. We're like Timpsons for racists.
Fuck's sake.
Next week we've got Tommy Robinson coming in, doing some work experience.
And Alfie Brown.
Right, fuck off. See you later. Bye.
Fuck off. There we go. That was fun.
That was good.
Nice one. Well done, everybody. Sorry, Madison. Sorry, Madison.
Sorry.